مرحبا شباب، شلونكم؟ اليوم حنشوف جزء من رواية النوم المخترع اللي اسمه بارنبيس. بارنبيس يعتبر نوم، والنومز هم يشبهون الأقزام اللي نعرفهم من كثير قصص بأنه طولهم قصير، لكن عكس الأقزام اللي بنيتهم الجسدية تكون قوية لدرجة أقوى حتى من البشر والإلفز، النومز بنيتهم الجسدية تكون ضعيفة، لكنهم يعوضون ضعفهم البدني بالعادة بذكاء. وبارنبيس يعتبر نوم مميز بأنه ما راد يعيش حياة بسيطة مثل باقي النومز، يصنع تحفيات أو قطع أثاث خشبية أو دروع مثل والده وبعدها يموت وينسي. بدلها بارنبيس يطمح أنه يخترع أشياء مفيدة للعالم، بحيث كل المخلوقات حتظل تستعمل اختراعاته بعد موت الآلاف السنوات حسب كلامه. المشكلة اللي تصير ويا بارنبيس أنه كل الاختراعات اللي سواها للآن فاشلة وتكون مؤذية للأشخاص اللي يستعملوها بدل ما تنفعهم. لكن بمرور السنوات بارنبيس أبد ما استسلم وظل يصنع اختراعات رغم انها دائما تفشل، لحد ما وصل يم أقزام ماهاكام اللي بعد ما انضروا من استعمال اختراعاته لزموا بارنبيس وحطوه داخل برميل، وهسه يريدون يشمروه من أعلى جبال ماهاكام. وهنا بالصدفة تشوفهم الملكة ميف وتبدي الرواية. فهسه هعوفكم ويا الرواية وإن شاء الله تعجبكم جودة الترجمة.
Meve squinted, the better to see the scene. Several dozen dwarves had gathered on the cliff overlooking the chasm. All were turned towards a ramp, at the peak of which stood a barrel.
What is that gathering about?
Asked the queen.
Have we a feast day?
Nay,
Answered Gabor grimly.
'tis an execution.
A hairy head peeked out of the barrel. The long, pointy nose and ears left no doubt that it belonged to a gnome. The first Meve had ever seen in her life.
Help! Save me!
The gnome yelled.
They aim to kill me! Cast me in the chasm!
Shut your maw!
Barked the dwarf standing next to him, who then shoved the gnome inside the barrel and covered it with a lid.
Your crimes! The sheer weight of him, hey? No lighter punishment is fitting.
The other gathered dwarves nodded approvingly. Two gripped the barrel, lay it on its side, then lifted it to cast in the chasm, paying the thumping from inside it no heed. Meve leapt from her horse and, ignoring Gabor's objections, scrambled up the ramp.
Oi! You're not allowed! Hey, damn it! What do you think you're doing?
I think it's obvious. Preventing the execution.
Thanks be to the gods!
Whoa, wench! You've no such right! Judgment's been handed down. Sentencing's done.
Yes, and a cruel sentence it is. One that prompts me to wonder what the accused did to deserve it.
Better to ask what he didn't do, the varmint. Arrived here with his peddler's wagon full of tricks and gadgets. Went from house to house, praised his rubbish to the high heavens, and what's it he sold us? Bombs that go off in your hand. Beer growth formula that makes your hair catch fire. Music boxes for the kiddies. Once cranked, they never plough in stop.
You needed but to loosen the screw in the back and...
Shut your maw, ye roaster. Doesn't it matter all that? 'Cause we'd have forgiven it if he hadn't broken our sacred rules and hallowed customs.
Which ones, if you don't mind me asking?
Enter the smithy, cap on his head, held nails between his teeth, and poured fruit syrup in his beer. Raspberry. Pwah.
Just the once, and but a few drops.
You got nothing to explain your villainy, scoundrel. Not a thing. And that's not even the worst. Saved his highest crime for the end. He was in a mine. And he whistled.
Oh, aye, that's bad. Shouldn't have done that.
Aye, he did. Whistled. Through his teeth. And hummed in harmony, a long warble. We all heard it up and down the shaft, and our grandelders were clear. Death's the punishment. Death by barrel roll.
Your laws I do not understand. Yet, as a guest, I must respect them.
No, nay, never! You needn't. Not at all.
Ha! Finally! A human who didn't try to teach us how to live. A fine wench you are, in lots of ways. You can give the barrel a kick yourself if you want,
I beg your pardon? No, certainly not.
The dwarves would have their way. The barrel rolled over the cliff, the unfortunate gnome inside. As the Lyrians marched from the site of the peculiar execution, they bore in their hearts a strong resolve to do nothing to offend their hosts.
You truly will kill him? For whistling? This is absurd!
Exactly!
Perhaps for use, but you're in our lands, where our laws rule, and strangers didn't get a say.
Calm yourself. Perhaps there is yet a way.
Enough for this jabbering! Lads, stuff him in a barrel, and give it a good kick down the hill.
Well, at least I tried. Do what you must, Master Dwarf.
Ah! Finally! With bloody pleasure.
No! No!
The dwarves would have their way. The barrel rolled over the cliff, the unfortunate gnome inside. As the Lyrians marched from the site of the peculiar execution, they bore in their hearts a strong resolve to do nothing to offend their hosts.
Your land, your laws, I shall not argue with them. But perhaps there is another way. Can a bail be posted?
Well, the law does allow for something of the sort, but I don't see how that job is worth it.
Oh, aye! He is! He is!
Willing I am to take him at his word. Does that suffice?
Aye, but just so's we're clear. No returns, no refunds. Now get the hell out of that barrel, you wee shite.
My lady, I haven't a way to thank you.
Wait 1 minute. What exactly does the Four Dwarfs Codex say? Which stricture did he violate?
What did... How's it a wench and a human one to boot know about the code?
This human wench has a head, and a capacious one. Well, have you an answer?
The code says thus. 'Tis a crime most grievous to whistle in a mine. Any dwarf committing a cock-up shall be placed in a barrel at once. Said barrel then to be rolled down a mountain.
Any dwarf. The situation's clear. If my senses do not deceive, the accused is a gnome.
Aye, but the code's not to be taken literal, like. It's to be interpreted. What the ancient elders had in their heads, why, that's got to be divined.
Nothing to be divined here. You got to be a dwarf to be a dwarf, not no bloody gnome.
So, am I, meaning, I'm free to go?
Perchance we ought to let the Elder-in-Chief rule on the matter.
Oh, aye. Oh, for we all ken how old Hoog loves being bothered with such things.
Ah, fine. Now get the hell out of that barrel and out of my sight, you hairy hamshanker.
My lady, I haven't a way to thank you.
That we've yet to discuss. Perhaps first we should learn each other's names?
Aye, yes, of course. Oh, what a prat of me. Barnabas. Barnabas Beckenbauer. To friends, Bibi.
Meve, Queen of Lyria and Rivia.
Queen. Cows in the corn, call me honoured. Your Majesty, obeisance due.
None necessary. Protocols for use at court, not beyond it. An inventor you deem yourself. Am I right?
Most assuredly. Though, truth be told, the dwarves saw no ingenuity in my craft. Seems I'm ahead of my time.
Fiery bursts in the palm of your hand. They shall be in fashion one day, to your mind.
Oh, nay, just a bit of misfortune, that's all that was. You see, I mistook mercury fulminate for saltpeter. The vials stood beside each other, see, and...
The details I need not know. But one matter I am curious about. Could you construct a bomb that would explode when desired? For instance, beneath my foe's feet as they stepped over it.
Of course I can. It's simple.
Why then? You wish to show your gratitude? You must join my ranks. Assist me to defeat Nilfgaard.
Defeat Nilfgaard? Pure ambition, that is. But I'd have been a barrel of broken bones at the bottom of a ravine if not for you. I'll do what you ask to pay off my debt.
And thus, for the first time in Lyrian annals, a gnome enlisted with the army. And though Barnabas Beckenbauer was diminutive of body, this new recruit would prove his worth on more than one occasion.
وهنا تكون خلصت رواية لقاء الملكة ميف مع النوم بارنبيس بكل سيناريوهاتها الأربعة. يا ريت تعلقون أي واحد من السيناريوهات الأربعة عجبكم الأكثر، وأتمنى لكم يوم سعيد.